lucky enough to have been lent this for 2 weeks. Owen's SP1. Gorgeous looking thing. Excuse the clean, it needs a clean. Excuse the state of it. Right, let's see what she's made of. First thing I'd say about this is how lazy they are to start. In first, people along in first. Just wait for the road to open up a bit. I'm just going to stick it in second. Just going to demonstrate the low down grunt these things have. So, sitting in first, 3,000 revs, give it a fistful. What better treat on a nice sounding twin than a tunnel? Whoa! I hope you can hear that. So, you want to go round the roundabout again? At the end of the first week of borrowing the VTR SP1 from Owen. If you don't know Owen, he's the king of the NC35. He's got 4 of the little rockets, and he let me ride one up for the NC35 meet up in Solihull, and we got to talking about SP1s and me wanting one, and he's just happened to mention he had one, and as he insured me on all his bikes basically because of his NC35, riding his NC35, he said, why not borrow the SP1 for a couple of weeks? Okay. So done a mixture of motorway, dual carriageway, and I've done some country lanes, and I thought for the end of the first week I'll bring it down a little country lane just local to me. It's a little loop I sometimes bring bikes down on. There's one I used to thrash my Aprilia RS125 down, screaming it to death. And all the other bikes I've had since, and I've even recommended it to a friend, just this little run. It's normally quiet, nice bends. Just gets a chance to open up the SP a little bit. Go down that lovely gearbox. Listen to that noise. Lovely little left-hander coming up. just when you think you got it nailed, it turns in. So to give some sort of summary on this bike, after the first week, awesome, absolutely awesome. There seems to have been around the 03, 04, 05 era where the bike world just changed and they would never make a bike like this again. I know they might be faster, I know they might be better for the environment, all that kind of cobblers, but they're not the same. Bikes of this era, and I'll include the R1 in that, you know, I'm aware that the R1 didn't start in 02, 03. The ZX10, the older ZX10, the Gixxer, the 1000, the Gixxer 1000. What are we saying? 06 was its pinnacle year. Obviously the Fireblade. I don't know, I'm going to probably upset a few purists saying this, but when it went to 1000, for me it kind of changed its identity a little. But then you got this and the SP2 and even the TL, obviously your Ducatis, the twins, the TRX. I think back to Yamaha, the TRX. Even the looks of this era bike are just far, far better. It's like they forgot how to design a gorgeous looking motorcycle. So yeah, coming back to the SP1, don't ride it below 3,000 revs. That's my first point. Be aware that it's lazy to start. Don't panic. Do what I did and give it a handful of throttle and end up flooding it and having to bump start it. Just give it that bit of patience. When you hit the start button, it sounds like the battery's dead. It's not. Why am I reviewing this? Well, it's only going to make it harder for me to find one. So why would you buy an SP1? Well, that would be one reason. That sound, the instant torque, the race heritage, and a lot of people say it was the last sort of a race homologation proper in terms of world superbikes, British superbikes, etc. Whether you listen to that opinion or not, I'm sure John McGuinness's, the owners of McGuinness's TT Legends bikes might have something to say about that, but I keep trying to summarise this bike and then having a bit of fun. Well, let's get it out on the motorway. Now you might be surprised to hear, if you can still hear me, that this seems to have, for me anyway, more wind protection than my 954. Bringing it back from Owens, after doing 2 hours on the 954, on the M40. I was a bit battered around by the 954 and the wind. I know they're not motorway bikes, but I'm not telling you to go and buy one and stick it on the motorway. There are far better bikes for that. What I am telling you is fuel lights on the dreaded SP1 fuel light. What I am telling you is it's comfortable on the motorway. It can handle it, it's not a problem. You won't want to square your tyres off by doing too much. God knows I've squared my tyres off this summer. The amount of motorway miles I've done. Fuel light wise, when my fuel light comes on with my Fireblade, I take that as being 10 miles. I could be completely wrong. I suppose the only person... Oh, hello. Oh no, it's an MR2, isn't it? God, that's awful. The only person that's going to know is someone who's run them out of fuel. And the other day, when I was struggling to find anywhere that had petrol, because it was the Queen's funeral, petrol stations are all shut. Nice one, mate. I had the dreaded fear of finding the next fuel station when the light came on, which was 7.5 miles away. But it made it, obviously. Otherwise I've been telling you how much I hate SP1s. Back to the summary. Get one. That's my summary. Buy one. Buy one now, because the prices on these, they're pretty stupid as it is. I honestly think we've got another RC30, RC45 on the hands where people are just going to start tucking these away now and you're just not going to see them. So yeah, get one. That's my review. Brilliant brakes, great handling, sounds gorgeous, loads of torque. Negatives, the fuel, you're going to get to know that fuel light quite well. The lazy starting and the jerkiness at low down revs. But if I'm honest, you're talking such minor issues for such a fantastic bike. Yeah, subscribe to my videos, and there's a little bell icon. I'm showing my age now. There's a little bell icon that apparently will alert you to whenever I upload. So if you subscribe after this, part 1, in a week or so's time, when I do my final goodbye to this gorgeous bike, you'll get a notification that I've done part 2. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.